Greetings and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be playing some Duelyst, and this is not going to be a normal kind of let's play, because Duelyst is not a game that you can start and finish. If you don't know what Duelyst is a CCG, so a collectible card game, and if you have heard of a game called Hearthstone, or perhaps Magic the Gathering, then you know exactly what this is. Well, not exactly, but this is very similar to those games. It's right there up in your alley if you have played or heard about those games. So, since Duelyst is not a game that you can finish, it's a game that you just play over and over again, this is not really a let's play in that sense. It's just something that I'm going to be doing every once in a while. Record as I play against others and do other silly stuff. So, if you have never played a CCG, then I'm going to teach you what that actually means. So the basic idea of the game is that you collect cards. There is a staggering number of these cards here. These are all something that I own. I have managed to collect these cards. There's quite many of them. Oop. Lagged the game there. Oh. There we go. So yes, there's quite a lot of these cards. And you collect these cards and then you make them into a deck. In this game you make a deck of 40 cards. You have your general or faction, and then you put 39 other cards besides your general there. Your general decides the faction that you play as, and you can make your deck from the faction cards and neutral cards. And when your deck is ready, then you take it to the seasonal ladder and try to defeat other players who have made their own decks. Something about these cards. So there's basically 4 types of cards in this game. There's your general, and your general is a unit on a battlefield, as is all of your minions, which is, this one is a example. You also have spells like Beam Shock, for instance, that are just one-time effects. You also have artifacts that you can equip on your general to boost him or her, and give them special abilities. And you can have any number of combinations, or any number of each of these cards in your deck. In any combination, you can have lots of artifacts, lots of spells, lots of minions, whatever you basically want. But obviously you want to make as good decks as possible so that you can defeat other players and get more cards. The more games you play, you get gold, which I have 575. You get gold and you use that gold to buy spirit orbs, which are booster packs basically, and they give you cards. More cards to make your decks with. Generals and minions have 2 stats that you need to be aware of. They have both attack and health. Again, if you have played any kind of strategy game or card game, collectible card game, trading card game, you are probably already know what these mean, but just in case that you haven't played any, let me explain. Minions and generals have attack, which means how much damage they do when they attack a minion, and health obviously indicates how many points of damage you can take before the unit dies. Now, if you have played Hearthstone, works basically the same basically the same as in Hearthstone. Your minions, when they take damage, they lose health permanently, and if you want it back, you need to heal it. But if you have played Magic the Gathering, then in that game, minions or creatures heal at the end of each turn, basically. So you need to kill them in one shot or during one turn to get rid of them. But in this game, damage stays, so you can destroy or you can damage a minion during one turn and then kill it on the next turn. So yes, minions usually also have a special ability or several. This one, Slow, actually has 2. It has Provoke, which means that units near it must either attack it, or they must attack it, and they cannot move away from it. So it's like a taunt in Hearthstone. Or is there actually? I don't think there's anything similar in Magic the Gathering. It works slightly differently. Anyway, the other one is, of its special abilities is that it's a battle pet, so you cannot control its actions. It basically does whatever it wants to do. And of course we have spells and such. As with this, normally with this type of games, you have mana, and you can see the mana cost of each of these cards here. These gems with numbers. If you have played Hearthstone, then this is very similar. You start with certain number of magic or mana. If you're the first player, then you start with 2. If you are the second player, then you start with 3. And you get 1 additional mana each turn. Or 1 additional maximum mana each turn. So if you go first, you get 2 on the first turn. Next turn you get 3, 4, 5, and so on and so forth. And the maximum is 9. And if you're the second, you start with 3, and next turn you have 4, 5, 6, and so on and so forth. But enough about that. Let's go into a game and show you how this works. I'm going to go to solo challenges so that I can quickly show you how the game works, and then we'll battle against AI. So the idea is that we need to defeat the enemy general. So there's the enemy general who has 4 hit points, and there's my general who has 5 hit points. This is a challenge, so a puzzle basically. You have 1 turn to defeat them. This is not how it goes normally in a game. You don't start with other creatures. Up here you can see how much mana you have. I have 9 out of 9. As I said, if you are the first player, then you start with 2 mana and it climbs up from there, and the second player gets 3. You also start a game with 5 cards. You can hold 6 in your hand, and at the end of each turn you get a new card. During each turn you can also replace a card. Because this is a puzzle challenge, I don't have any other cards in my deck, so I can do that. But normally you will be able to discard a card back into your deck and then draw a new one once per turn. So let's complete this challenge. What I need to do is kill the general, so I have 2 spells that I need to use, and then this minion. So I'm going to give my flying minion here plus health. So it was this was a minion with 2 attack and 1 health. Now it is a minion with 2 attack and 4 health because of the spell. It also has the flying special ability, meaning that it can move anywhere on the battlefield. As you can see these squares here. Normally a unit can move 2 squares per turn and then attack, but this one can move anywhere. I'm going to use another spell, a Tempest, which deals 2 damage to everything on the battlefield, including my own units. So there we go. So now the enemy general only has 2 health, and it doesn't have those minions protecting it anymore, so I can fly in and kill the enemy general. So I complete that challenge. Hooray! So that is kinda how the game plays. But now we are going to go and play a practice match against an AI opponent. I'm going to be playing with... Let's play with Magma aspects against Lunar Kingdoms. And it seems like I'm going second. There we go, and this is my starting hand, which isn't very good. I don't need that, and I don't need that. So, like I said, you start the game with 5 cards, and you can choose to mulligan up to 2 of those. So basically you put them back into your deck and draw new cards. You don't have to redraw if you don't want to, but you can in case you so wish. So the goal of each match is to kill the enemy general who has 25 health and keep your own general alive. Each general has a bloodborne spell that is it belongs to that general. Each faction has 2 generals currently, so each of those generals have their own spell, and it's something that you always have that you can do. It costs 1 mana and you can use it every second turn, except if you are going second, then the first time you can use it is on turn 3. So let's move our general forward. These are mana springs that are 1-time use tiles that give you 1 extra mana for the turn that you use them on. So I'm going to summon a Phalanxa, which is a 6 attack 1 health minion here, which gives me 1 more mana when I summon him on this tile. I'm also going to give him this spell, Greater Fortitude, that gives him +2/+2, so he becomes an 8/3 minion, and that's really strong unless he has a spell that can kill it. I'm not going to replace my cards, actually I'm going to replace that card and end my turn. And that was a bit of a mistake, because these, well, they are good spells, but I don't think that I need them quite yet. Let's see what he's going to do. I think he's going to kill my unit. Yep. So he used a spell to kill my minion. That spell also healed me, but since I was on full health, it didn't actually do anything. A shame. I'm going to replace this card. Whenever a friendly minion dies this turn, draw a card. Sure. So I'm going to move here. And then I'm going to attack his general. So we both take 2 damage. In this game, whenever you attack someone, they always hit back, unless you have something that prevents it. Then I'm going to summon this minion, 3/2 Saber-Spine Tiger, which has special ability of Rush, so it can act immediately. Normally when you summon a minion, it cannot do anything on the turn that you summon it, but this one can. So I'm going to move it here, I'm going to grab the mana, and then I'm going to cast the Dance of Dreams, so whenever a friendly minion dies, I can draw a card. So now that when I hit the enemy general, my minion will die, and I get another card, which is a really it's a shame, because these minions need other minions in order to be good. This is not going as well as I hoped it would go. And then he summons someone really annoying. So he summoned a 4/4 minion, 4 attack and 4 health, and he has the special ability of Celerity, so he can act twice in a turn. So he can move twice and he can attack twice. And then he used his Bloodborne spell, which gives it +2 attack. So it's... he's annoying. Oh yes, please. So I'm going to move... Yes, I'm going to move forward. I'm going to cast a Dampening Wave on his minion, which means that it cannot counter attack. So when I hit it, it cannot attack back. And then I'm going to summon a Necroseer minion, which has a special ability of Dying Wish. meaning that when it dies, I get something. In this case, I draw a card when it dies, which is good because I need more cards. I could have also used my Bloodborne spell, but I didn't have the mana to do it, so that's too bad. I'm going to take 6 damage from this minion, that's okay. Your health is a resource, and you need to use it. Okay, so this minion has the special ability of Provoke, so it means that I cannot move away from it with my units, and I have to attack it first until it is dead. I cannot attack anything else until this guy is dead. Which is okay, I don't mind. So I'm going to hit it and kill it. There we go. It also had the Seal special ability, which means that it gets a bonus as long as it stays near his general. So it got +2 attack from that. I'm going to replace this card in hopes of getting something better. And I did. I get a Soul Metal Golem, which is an 8/8 golem, 8 attack and 8 health. That's really good. Again, I'm not going to be using my Bloodborne spell. That's too bad. But it's something that I have to deal with. I could have also used my Primordial Gazer to give this minion more health. But it seems like he doesn't want to kill it anyway, so that's fine. Ooh, never mind. He used the Tempest spell, so deals 2 damage to everything. And he summoned another minion. That's fine, because I have just 1. He has 12 HP left. I have my Primordial Gazer that can increase this minion's attack. So it's a 10/8 now. Hit with him, and then hit with my general, and he is dead. And I win this practice match. So that is basically how this game works. You make a deck and battle against others, and hopefully you win. Currently I have no decks of my own because I deleted all of them, so that in the next episode I can actually make them. I'm going to make a deck, and then I will challenge this week's boss battle, and if I win I get a Spirit Orb, which is a booster pack, so I get more cards from it. So I can show that to you too. And of course, in the next in future episodes I'm going to be again explaining how the game works. I'm going to explaining what I'm doing, why I'm doing them, and so on and so forth. So don't be scared. If you haven't played these kind of games before and you don't really know what's going on, it's a bit hard to follow. It's okay, I'm going to be explaining at least most of the stuff that I'm doing. So hopefully you enjoyed this episode. If you did, leave a like and a comment, and if you want to play this game, and if you want to challenge me, you can. This is a free-to-play game. Yeah, it's a free-to-play game. It is available on Steam, so you can download it there, and you can, if you want to, you can add me, and then challenge me. And if you do add me, I believe there is a... Is there a reference code? Redeem referral gift code. No, not that one. Do not this. No. I thought that there was actually a... yeah. Earn rewards for inviting your friends. Your friends start with bonus gold and you earn rewards as they battle. So, use this referral code if you do begin playing with this game. It means that you get stuff and I get stuff. Every friend that uses your code starts with plus 100 gold, so you get more gold, basically a free booster pack if you use this. And I I get something as well, although I'm not quite sure what I get. Well, regardless. If you, like I said, if you enjoyed this episode, please leave a like and do join me on the next episode where we will make our first deck and challenge the boss. But until then, I hope you like this video and I hope to see you in the next one.